Hello and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. So today we're doing our daily stuff, and you will notice right away that I have managed to get 18,000 rubies. This is because we went from stage 966 to 1246, so let's see how this is going. I can't help but claim these things. Once again, I'm sure you won't be surprised, it's another stage full of ogres. And with these ogres, because there's no way to aggro them, and they just relentlessly march towards your castle, that they are going to beat my castle up. And they're also this is a huge wave of ogres, and we're just really not making enough of a dent in them. We really need to do more damage, and this is just a consequence of just not being strong enough. It is close, though. Wait, we won? So what changed was I had upgraded my archer's bow from a C to S 5-star bow. They were both 5-star. And that upgrade was enough to make the difference being stopped on wave 1266 and 1274. So let's go now look at where we're stuck on 1274. So again, it was a relatively minor upgrade, but this minor upgrade was enough for me to basically beat an extra 8 waves. So if you do play the game more and you upgrade, your heroes and everything more regular than me, I would expect you to make a more steady stream of progress than what I'm making. I just pool my resources as much as I can to just try and make big videos where there's lots of upgrading versus a lot of little videos with, incremental upgrading. So as you can see, it's a very similar wave. It's tons and tons of ogres again, and this time I just don't have enough DPS to defeat them all. Okay, so we clearly need to do even more upgrading. But first we're going to check the general store. Since I have pushed all the waves I'm going to push for today. This is a lot earlier. I'm making this earlier than most of my other videos. But as a result of, even though it's earlier, this is going to be the end of the day for me. So I'll buy some extra summons, and I'll buy some extra stones. I'll save this. We still don't have the amount of portal shards where I'm comfortable with just buying everything out of the store. Same thing with Ruin. We're only buying Sophia. And finally, in the expedition shop, we currently do not have enough to purchase Julian. We will be fixing that later because we, of course, want to get all the 4-star heroes that we can. Eventually, we will be buying Brian, and we'll be buying a lot more out of the expedition shop as we get stronger. Oh, okay. So first, let's go to the ruby shop. As you can see, I have plenty of rubies, and let's go ahead and max this. So now we have all the permanent upgrades, and we have another 15,000 rubies to spend. So this is my 7th day of playing, and just by intelligently spending my rubies to help maximize the strength of my team, I've already been able to purchase all the permanent upgrades. So there was one thing I saw that was interesting that I haven't done yet, and you can buy 41 million gold for 2,000 rubies. I believe this is based on your most recent stage clear. And since we have extra rubies, I just want to try it. I've never done this before. So that's an extra 41 million gold. So the castle is getting much, much stronger. So next we're going to go to the event dungeons. We are just going to sweep these because we are done progressing for today. And we're about to switch into upgrading mode. And I do like getting all those extra ascension shards. Excuse me. Now I'm hoping to get some of these shards for Luke. Because Luke is one of our there we go, there's Luke. Excellent. And I did do all the gear, but I will go ahead and consolidate. We are on uncommon 1-star, so I'll go ahead and consolidate just in case we got some extra. And let's go do some... Oh, we need to do summoning first. I was like, we can't upgrade Xavier. That's a shame. Alright, let's see. Ellie. Carlos, Diego, Logan. Nothing exciting there. We do have 10 big summons though, so let's see what those will get us. As you can see, we got Carlos and a bunch of Luke shards, which are good. Nothing else really that interesting. Let's do some more. Xavier, you know I like to see some Xavier shards. I really want to push him. Whoa, we got Harold? Are you serious? And Tristran. Excellent. Both two heroes that we will definitely have to look to using in our new group. Wow, I didn't expect to get Harold today. Nothing special about this. I mean, Ryan is good. Blake, Sophia. Sophia very situational. Some Tristram. Vincent. What? Are you... Harold almost two Heralds already. So I guess what the game is saying is you need to have some lightning on your team, and that lightning will be provided by Harold. So I guess I know what we're doing today. Okay, nothing special there. Jackson. I don't believe we're even using Jackson at this point. Nothing too special. Ooh, oh, excellent. I wanted a Xavier summon because hopefully... Ooh, and Adrian. Both very good. Okay, let's see. And let's look at gear. This is actually a very good draw because we're right now on uncommon, so we have chances of getting better gear. And the next is 1373, so that's about 100 waves away. So we'll do a few. We won't do too many. That was a bad one. And another bad one. Okay, I'm disheartened from doing more. We'll do one more. I think the game wants you to do 5. Okay. All those were basically bad, so we learned our lesson. We'll wait till the next upgrade. Alright, so the daily quest, summon heroes, summon gear. We did both of those. Some more rubies, always nice. You know, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to do this again. Ooh, even more gold. Okay. That's probably a waste. It's hard to say. What you really should be using these for is extra expedition tickets. I bought the gold with rubies simply because I noticed it for the first time today. I didn't realize you could buy gold with rubies, so I was like, you know what? Let's try it. I don't think that's the best way of spending your rubies. The best way is going to be in the expedition. So I probably wasted too much buying gold, but that's fine. We'll make more rubies in the future. So let's do some hero upgrading, and now we can ascend Xavier, and that's what I really wanted to do. So, ascending Xavier. Now, that's extra helmet stats. I don't think helmet stats are really that amazing in and of themselves. It's a crit resist and defense penetration. So defense penetration, I imagine, is good. And it is a bit of extra hit points. So those are good. But the real reason I'm ascending Xavier is not for that. It's to get him all the way across to rare, so we will get 12 cavalries for 18 seconds. That's really what I'm looking forward to here. Oh, and we can ascend Tristram? You know we're going to do it. Because that makes him uncommon. And that's going to be a huge buff for everybody getting that extra Whisper of the Wind. So what it's called? Whisper of the Wind? Whoops, that was Luke. Whoops, that was Luke again. I forgot that they're the same tier. Yeah, Whisper of the Wind. Okay. So now their buffs are both improved and they will stack, which is very good. And of course we are going... Oh, we already have Harold. Okay. Oh, we must have got him last time because of the way... Yeah, okay, but that's fine. We now have tons of... Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. We have tons of Harold shards, so let's see. Who are we going to replace Harold with? Or who are we going to... Let's see. Let's look at our team. You know, I think with Xavier getting promoted so much, Carlos, it is your time to go. So, goodbye, Carlos, and hello, Harold. So let's go look at Harold, because I definitely want to ascend Harold. And we can ascend him once. So, okay, so we summoned him and got an extra 100 shards. That's what that was. And it gives him extra stun duration. And I'm 100% behind that. So, Carlos... Give me back your gear. It was nice knowing you. You're a good barbarian. You're just not good enough. And we're going to equip Harold with that gear. And we need to get Harold to at least 500, maybe 600. And again, your results will always vary from mine. That's the one thing about this game. A lot of people have asked me, what specifically is good, what's bad, and our results will vary. And I know that's kind of a cop-out answer. I understand that. But our results are going to vary because of the randomness of what heroes you get. So the idea is you just make the best out of what you have. For example, you might not have Harold and you might have Adrian instead. If you have Adrian instead, then, again, I would obviously replace Carlos with Adrian, but it's going to be the results are going to be a little different. For example, Lucas, since I don't think Lucas is one of the best S tier heroes, but I drew him early, so I'm of course going to use him. And I can also upgrade Anthony. Let me see, how many shards do I need to get Xavier to the next level? Okay, I can easily spend, because we've been doing very well with managing our Ascension shards, I can easily justify upgrading Anthony. And that's important because I think that gives his stun an extra second, which is very important. In the early game, your warriors, I feel like they do contribute a lot more, but in late game, mid to late game, because of the buffs that Luke and Tristram give to the support heroes, your warriors tend to drop off more and more. So with that said, we are going to upgrade Evan, because he is maxed, because we have plenty of... I didn't realize how many Ascension Stones we actually had, so we will upgrade him. It's going to buff his slow. So another 15%, that's good. And we can upgrade... I need to double check this. How many do we need to save? We need to save about 1,000, which is very manageable. So we will ascend Aisha. I got extra shards from her today for completing the 7-day event. So that will get her up. And you know what? We'll do Evan again. I have plenty of these Ascension Stones, so I guess this is Ascension Day for these heroes. And now his freeze will last for an extra 2 seconds. And we'll do... Okay, so he's done. We'll ascend Aisha again. And we could actually ascend her a 3rd time. But I have to think about it. I think I'll hold off on that for now. I do also want to hold stones for Tristram and Luke when I get them. And Luke is very close, and Tristram is not so close. So I do need to hold on to probably about 2,000-ish stones. So that, to me, this is a comfortable amount. So let's get Xavier up to 800. Nice round number. We also complete a quest for getting him to 800. Tristram, let's see. All right, let's try to get everybody else to 700. I feel like that's a good number. And 700 for Luke. Because even though Luke is... he doesn't do ability damage, he still puts out quite a lot of damage. 700 to Anthony. And again, when you're leveling your heroes, especially when you're starting out, you want to keep everybody about even. The cost, how much additional output you get from each level is linear. So you don't want to overbuff one hero because it takes a lot more material for you're getting about the same amount. So that's why you want to spread things out and try to keep everybody even. I did not do a good enough job of that, especially considering Evan and Aisha were just recently promoted, but that's okay. We can always farm more. And I already did... Oh, let me check everybody's gear. While I did do gear earlier, I think there's a few people that still need upgrades. And may be eligible for upgrades because of the summoning I did. Okay, so as you can see, we're still working on getting everybody to 1-star uncommon gear. I want to make sure Yep, nobody else has gear. Okay. And I'm not looking to promote anybody else at this time. Our warriors are doing fine because we have Aisha, and she's keeping them alive, so I don't see the need to really level them up too much because, again, their contributions on the battlefield are limited. And we did complete a quest. Level up the hero. Very nice. Okay, we got a few more summoning. Oh, what I missed. Oh, there we go. Bit more summoning to do, and we've completed. Okay, and this is the end game for the weekly and daily quest. So we just have 2 more normal summons, and we get Logan. Thank you, Logan. And we get Ellie. Well, thank you, Ellie. Neither of which are really useful to that right now, but thank you for joining us. So the next thing I want us to do is upgrade the castle, and I did buy extra castle upgrades with rubies, so we're going to go up quite a bit today. The castle is just going to zoom up. And again, I would not really recommend buying gold with rubies. I mean, we'll see how many rubies I have left and how much oomph we get out of it. But I don't really consider that a great use of rubies. But we did get the castle up to level 4200. That means we're going to complete even more quests. So let's see how many quests we completed. We got about 800 levels from that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 9 total rewards. So we got a little over. I think we were close. So it's probably about 850 levels for the castle. So that is a big upgrade, and we will spend the rest of this getting Harold to maybe we can get him to 700. We can. All right, let's put. All right, so now I'm going to try and split this evenly between the 2 of them. Okay, so about 20 levels each. I can live with that. Okay. And we can upgrade Aisha again, but I'm holding off on that for right now. So I have done all the event dungeons and everything else. So the only thing left is to start doing the expedition. So let's see if we can beat this wolf back. Again, that was a lot of upgrading. And the great news is now we can start buying extra chests from the expedition. So we have a lot more to look forward to now. And this is also like once you get to this point in the game, you will start seeing you have a lot more options to do with your rubies. So this is we got Ascension Stones. We want those. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, I got the Shining Armor Protection Stone. Those are really good too, but I did not get the Ascension Stones that I wanted. Let's try the next level. And again, I did buy the extra summons for this because I 100% once you max all your upgrades, you 100% want to do as many of the expeditions per day because that's how you're going to get your Ascension Stones, your Shining Protection Stones. All those things are going to come out of the expedition. So the expedition is kind of the heart of everything. So, I mean, we are holding them off. It is we're going to beat the wolf, but it is close. Closer than I would like it to be. Nice. Okay, Vincent shards and Shining Armor scrolls. Those are both very nice. Okay, we got Vincent. And we got the scrolls. I think that's really what we wanted to get there, so that's great. I do wish they would show you them, and then also, when they pull them back, they would also show them again. You know, put them, like, obviously they need to list it in some way, so it's not like this is in this chest, but I would like to see that, you know, what are the possibilities of the chest, you know? Because sometimes, I'll be honest, I just don't pay attention, or I pick one and I'm like, well, it's probably a sign of my ADD. But I just don't pay attention to what I'm doing because I have other things going on. Vincent, and we want to try to get those hero summons. We do not. We'll try it. And we got him. So again, I spent 500 rubies, and a summon is usually 2,500 rubies, so that was a deal. Granted, I had a chance of getting soul stones or that, which would not be a good deal. But that's what I mean when you don't want to use your rubies for summons at this point in the game. There's a lot of other things you could buy. And I'm probably being very irresponsible with spending so many on the chest, because you really shouldn't always spend 500 rubies. But this is my alt account. I consider it kind of a throwaway. That's why I bought the gold with rubies, because let's just see what my alt account can do. Things that I normally wouldn't say, go do this on your main account. That said, I know you've seen plenty of videos of people have tons and tons of rubies. One of the possibilities of using rubies when you have a ton of them is upgrading your castle. But the caveat to that is at that stage of the game, upgrading your castle probably isn't going to do as much. Ooh, this is going to be close. Let's try that one more time. That was kind of close. And again, I would put this at, maybe it's a 1500 wave to 2000 wave, which is quite a big range. But it's really hard for me to nail down exactly the difficulty scaling of the wolf. And it's very likely that this is probably not a linear scaling, so to speak. It looks like this probably starts off scaling a bit easier and may get harder the further you go. Nope, not gonna get it. Not gonna get it. We tried though. So we will go back to level 9 and we will sweep it. And we're gonna use up all our extra tickets. Again, if you were doing this and you were playing more than once a day, there's no reason you can't go back and try to come back later to finish this, because we have 9 hours left today. Ooh, I want those Ascension Stones. Okay, I got the Ascension Stones. I really wanted Vincent too, but I really wanted the Ascension Stones more. This is really what drives how I have so many Ascension Stones, being able to beat these monsters. Boom, nailed it. Alright, we'll pick up one more. Alright, that's good. But that's what I mean. I get so excited about the Ascension Stones, I don't look at the other things sometimes. I don't want that. Those are good, but I want the Ascension Stones, and I did not get them. Damn it, they were in the middle. If I would have picked the middle, they wouldn't have been there. Okay, so again, I only want the Ascension Stones from here, so of course you're going to give me... Well, Luke is good. Oh, damn it. I could have definitely gone without Jackson and the gold. So now you can see my rubies are taking a beating. I'm over gambling. Alright, this one I'm not going to gamble on. I'm either going to get Daniel or I'm not going to get him. I will do 100. Evan, okay, Evan's good. We did upgrade him. Okay, this is another one. I don't even think this is... Well, I'd like to get those stones, but I also am trying to conserve some rubies, so we're not going to go too crazy on that one. Alright, nothing exciting about this draw. We'll pick up one chest. Okay, it's gold. That's fine. Nothing really exciting about this one either. Okay, we got some armor scrolls. It's nice. I would like to get the shining armor scrolls, but I'm not going to spend more and more rubies to get it right now. Okay, Ascension Stones and Summoning Stones, so this is what we're going to go for. You're going to trick me and be in the middle? Okay, yeah, you were trick me and be in the middle this time. Alright, but we got them. We got the Ascension Stones. Very important, and that's a huge amount of stones. Alright, 2 more. And you can see my rubies are definitely taking a beating from this. So this is nothing special. We'll just conserve here. And I'd like to get those hero shards. I mean, not the hero shards, the summoning. Okay, we got the summoning, and we are out. Okay, so that's the expedition. Now we're going to go back to the general store, and then we're going to buy Julian. And we're getting close. I'm not going to buy Ryan's shards, but I will buy these other things. And I don't really see a point right now in buying the 5-star gear just based on how many stones we have. We still need to get a little further in the expedition before I'm going to feel comfortable spending more of these shards. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy Evan with the rune. I think we'll be okay. And quests. Okay, we beat expedition. Okay. Oh, good. We're going to get some rubies back. That's nice. Very nice. And some stones. So we did at least kill 3 new wolves. That's good. Oh, extra summons? Of course we're going to do extra summons. Logan. Ooh, Luke. Okay. That's good. Luke. Carlos. Mason. Tristram. Luke. Logan. Luke. Okay, all good. And we got 2 more ultra summons from all that. I mean, we got Aisha, but that's really nothing special. We got Ryan. Okay. Alright, nothing too... Xavier is good, though. I like to see Xavier. Every Xavier gets us closer to promoting him again. We do have extra promotions. We didn't collect any new heroes. think we have some extra. We'll put some extra on her. Go back to Evan and put some extra on him. Kind of seesaw back and forth between them. Oh, I didn't realize how many soul stones I actually collected from this. Maybe we can get them both to 600. Oop. Oh. Okay. Well, we at least got one of them to 600. Oh, and Luke? Yes, I will definitely upgrade Luke. Okay. Not really the buff I want, but it's getting us closer to the buff I do want, which is extra crit for everybody. Alright, so outside of that, I feel like we made our team significantly stronger with the buffs to the heroes we did. And we still have 13 million gold left over, so let's dump that on the castle. Wow, that was quite significant, 4272. Okay, so it stays. It must only go up based on your current stage, which would make sense. So let's look at King's Ruins. Okay, so we're getting 5-star gear now, so this is probably much closer to the difficulty we're at. However, with all the upgrading we did, the difficulty we have achieved is now much more trivial. So again, my least favorite, the dogs. However, this is an easier wave, because look at how little damage they're doing to the castle versus the other alternative waves with the cannons. But I'm definitely surprised at how much upgrading we're able to do. So now we have the cannons, so I think this is even a different pattern than what we've seen. Maybe it's well, I would say maybe it's random, but I know this game well enough to know that it's not really random. A lot of these things in this game are presented in a random sequence, and they are random to the observer, but the randomization isn't true randomization. So for what I mean by true randomization is, if I click this battle now and I wait and go do a bunch of other stuff and come back and click this battle like 10 minutes, I click it later, whatever. You go out, maybe you push the stages, you do a bunch of other stuff, you come back here and click this battle. It should still be the same. So you can't really, it's not random in the sense that every second it's changing, when you don't know what you're going to get. I feel like it's random in the sense that it's a predefined sequence that appears to be random, but regardless, there's no way to influence that randomness. Which is, probably doesn't make much sense because I'm saying it's random but not random. But what I mean is, like certain games, okay, it's truly random. Like when I click this battle, that frame I click the battle on will determine what battle I get. But there's another kind of random where the random number isn't constantly being generated every frame, and it's a static random number. And so what I mean by that is it limits the events that consume this random number. So every level of King's Ruins is, regardless of what else you do, only influenced by how many levels you do in King's Ruins. Excellent. That was a very easy Sophia wave, but we just don't have her yet. And again, you'd have to know it was a Sophia wave before you put her in. So that's the kind of how I see this going. So for a great example is your summonings. Whether you summon with rubies, whether you summon with hero shards, however you do your summons, it is basically a predefined sequence. There's no way for you to influence it outside of continuing to do the summons. And it's, from what I understand from other players, it's the ultra summon is a sequence, and even doing other summons doesn't change the sequence of like the ultra summon or the other summons. So there's no way for you to say, if I do a greater summon, then an ultra summon, maybe I'll get something better. Or if I do a normal summon, then an ultra summon, it's no. You just ultra summon, and nothing you can do outside of ultra summoning will give you what you're going to get. So that's what I mean when it's random, but it's a fixed random. So there's just nothing, and I imagine King's Ruins would work the same way. No matter what you do, you can't change the stages outside of fighting them. But again, I don't have confirmation on that. But again, I'm inferring this based on how the rest of the game works with RNG. Now, the battles themselves are definitely random because you can actually repeat a battle and get a different result without even upgrading everything. I've done that before. One of the best ways I've done that was and it's most noticeable in the expedition. I've had expeditions where my warriors did not pick up the giant boss right away. Like their AOE attack just didn't hit them. They were in a different position or for whatever reason. And then I try it again, and they get into a different position because they engage the monsters differently, or I don't know what changes, but something changes with how they do the monsters, and they hit their AOE and it hits the dragon, and now they're fighting the dragon or the wolf. Ideally, they're tanking it away from the castle, which buys my support troops enough time to mop up the field and then defeat the monster. So there definitely is some RNG in the stages themselves, and the RNG in the stages isn't even limited to that, because you can actually turn auto battle off, actually manually fight through the stages, and have a completely different result. So if you're really stuck somewhere, and this is more applicable, I would say, to Portal or other levels like that than in general. So if you're playing Portal and stuff like that and you really want to push, you would probably turn auto battle off. So again, we're just cleaning house so easily because we've done a lot of upgrading. Every day for my heroes has been a lot of upgrading. And somebody asked me to make a video about the hero tier, so I'm going to make a hero tier video, and I'm also going to make a conquest video. That's why I haven't been doing conquest on my main video anymore. I'm planning on covering conquest using my alt account in a completely separate video. And the reason I'm using my alt account over my main account is because my main account has defeated so many different things of conquest. You're going to kind of miss out, like especially if you're starting out, you're going to miss out on a lot of information. So I was thinking about it. I was going to take my alt account up, and I was going to go through conquest on it. We can make a conquest video on it, and then I can even do a flash forward and show you where I'm at in conquest on my main account too, so you can kind of compare the two. So it's going to be a little bit of that. That's how I'm planning on dealing with conquest. And again, as you can tell, we're so overpowered. We're just going right through these Kingdom Ruins waves. And again, this is actually so easily I would consider skipping it. But to me, it's important to document how Kingdom Ruins works with videos, because there may be a secret here that I'm not seeing that we will only uncover through looking through all the videos that I've made. I've had that happen with other games where somebody makes a lot of videos about a game, and it actually preserves a historical picture of what the game was. And so people that are playing the game currently have gone back to say, okay, have these things changed? And we can look back at this, and we can look back at what stage I'm on, and we can see, the stage I was on previously, and kind of make some inferences of how hard was Kingdoms Ruin back in the day. Did they make it easier? Did they make it harder? So I feel like there's a lot of value in that. And we did lose the fast forward. I'm going to take a quick break here, and I will restore the fast forward. Okay, and we are back, and I have restored the fast forward, so we will now continue through the last two levels of King's Ruins. So we are actually getting close to being defeated. I don't think my alternate account has actually been defeated yet in King's Ruins, and I assume that's mostly because, number one, I feel like King's Ruins scaling is very generous at the start of the game, and two, I feel like I have been doing a great job of leveling everybody up. That's not really to brag, but I have been making sure, especially with these videos, to have a lot of soul stones and ascension shards and all that to help level up my heroes, because I feel like that makes the video a lot more interesting. So we're going to try the last wave with what we have, and let's see if we just beat it without any of the buffs. If we do actually take a significant amount of damage, whatever we have defeated during this wave will roll forward, and you'll see this in my videos where I take on King's Ruin at a higher level, because you actually will not be able to clear King's Ruins in one castle, most likely. I mean, you could if you're vastly over-leveled. So if you don't advance the stages, I feel like King's Ruins will continue to get easier and easier, but why would you do that? You want to advance. So we have completed King's Ruins, and we have completed a... Oh, that was just... I will never complain about more rubies and ascension stones. So, I did get a little bit more, so let's put a little bit on... Oh, that was more than a little bit. Okay, so these guys... Okay, so everybody down here has reached the max ascension level. And I'm comfortable with leaving my warriors at that level for now. Alright, okay, so... didn't really have much... I thought I had more than I had, so there you go, Luke. You're 701. Slightly better. And... Oh, do we have summoning to do? We do have summoning. No, we don't. I thought we had summoning to do. And we're not going to summon any more gear because I am already at the 1-star gear. So that wraps things up with this video, and we are at stage 1274. So let's see how that's going to go now. I imagine we're just going to melt this now. Harold got upgraded. We replaced Carlos. Xavier got upgraded. Luke got upgraded. They aren't even making it to the wall now. That's how different things are. Oh, one made it to the wall, and he's gone. It was another one. And the hero I'm really looking forward to getting is Christian. I think at this point would be a big change, because he does constant AoE damage, and when or if we do unlock him, I will go through how he's different. So now you can see we easily defeated the state, after upgrading. So once again, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate all the input and feedback I've been getting from everybody about strategies and stuff like that. We do have a Discord. It's an unofficial Discord that I'm a part of. You can ask me questions there. You can ask other even more experienced players questions there. But also, I always try to answer every comment I receive, so please comment on the videos with questions, suggestions, what you would like to see, and please like and subscribe the video too, because I will continue to make more of these videos as long as I have viewer support. So thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.